World-class healthcare within your reach.
For the record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury, and JN Money.
From abroad to yard.
Fast, affordable, convenient. Doctor's Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Kirk Market. Experience a world of choice.
We ask our listeners and viewers to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Live from Radio Cayman Studio.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you.
For the Record.
Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
With Orrett Connor.
Informative, impartial, insightful.
This is For the Record.
For the Record. 1-800-534-8255. Your calls, your input. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett Connor.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. O land of soft, fresh breezes and verdant trees so fair. That part about soft, fresh breezes, I'm sure that our compatriots over in Little Cayman and Cayman Brac would differ with me this morning in terms of that, what they experienced yesterday and last night as well. But so far, thank God, we are all safe. We have not heard any news of any serious injuries or fatalities, and we're inquiring from people, talking to people, getting information as well. So we hope and we trust that you had a restful, peaceful, enjoyable evening. We know again that those persons over in the sister islands, they had their experience here in Grand Cayman. We were much more fortunate. And like I said, we'll talk more about that as well. Those of you who are on our roads, and earlier this morning, not too much traffic on our roads, but I'm sure that later on there will be. So we urge you to please be extremely cautious, whether you're a pedestrian, a cyclist, or if you're operating any type of motorized vehicle. Make sure that you observe the rules of the road. Remember, the life you save may just be your own. Those of you who are celebrating a birthday today, we want to wish you a happy birthday. And yes, we do have the For the Record birthday shout-outs brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shout-outs. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga Wholesalers. You should accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. Those of you who have lost loved ones, again, we want to extend our sincere condolences to you. We hope and we trust that your faith will help to carry you through these extremely challenging times, and that the memories of your loved ones will be a blessing. Those of you who are ill and are either at home or at a medical facility here in the Cayman Islands or overseas, we want to wish you a speedy recovery as well. And to those of you who were listening late last night, early this morning to our Radio Cayman simulcast on all of our stations here in Grand Cayman and on Cayman Brac as well, we want to send special greetings and get wells to our colleague here at Radio Cayman, DJ Lynn. He's contacted us, and we are asking you to keep him in your thoughts and your prayers as well. And as usual, he's extremely jovial and upbeat, as well. So let's all keep DJ Lynn in our prayers as well. So, folks, want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman and, by extension, For the Record, into your homes, into your vehicles as you traverse the busy roads of the Cayman Islands, wet as well, and we will continue to have rain. So we want to thank you. As you know, For the Record is a show produced by the staff and management of Radio Cayman, and it is geared towards keeping you abreast of issues as they arise and play out on the local, regional, and international scene. I'm your host, Orrett, and you're welcome to join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. During that period, our phone lines are open. Toll-free number 1-800-534-8255. Also 949-8037, 949-6990. WhatsApp 925-3261. Follow us on YouTube by subscribing to Radio Cayman live stream, and we are on Facebook as well. And as a earlier opening comments, For the Record, birthday shout-outs brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shout-outs. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga wholesalers. You should accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. So let's look at birthdays. We have Josephine Medina, who is celebrating a birthday today. Also, Orma Ebanks celebrating a birthday. Want to make sure. Belita. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Belita House. Doesn't sound like a Caymanian name, but it could be. Also celebrating a birthday today. Miss Laurel McLaughlin celebrating a birthday today. And, of course, Craig Marin celebrating a birthday today. And Miss Sherry Ann Smith also celebrating her birthday today. Or Sherry, yes, as well. So we want to give big shout outs to all of them, Craig Marin and Sherry Ann as well. Tomorrow we see that Georgette Watson will be celebrating a birthday. Neil Mattel and Sherilyn Ebanks will be celebrating birthdays tomorrow as well. And again, we're extremely thankful for Coca-Cola for sponsoring your birthday shout-outs. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga wholesalers. You should accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. We have some news for our BRAC listeners and those of you again who followed Radio Cayman throughout the evening, all day yesterday throughout the evening as well. When Sterling, Dwayne Ebanks, and I were on together, our main focus was basically on Sister Islands, Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, because they were feeling the brunt of Hurricane Raphael, and we were talking to people over there, and while we were still calling it tropical storm here, and the forecasters and those persons who make the call in terms of when it has reached, when the system has reached a certain point that it can be further categorized, that was done as well. But we had people telling us they're saying that this is, a tropical storm, but that's not what we're feeling here over in the BRAC. It's much stronger than that. So during the show, we also had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Tibbetts, who's not sure if it's the managing director or CEO of Island Energy, formerly known as BRAC Power and Light. And the good news that we have for the BRAC and Little Cayman, and I had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Tibbetts less than a half an hour ago. So in Cayman Brac, 4 out of 6 feeders have so far been energized. That means that those persons, those residents and businesses that are connected to those feeders, should now have electrical power. The rest of the feeders are being worked on, and they should be energized by 12 noon today as well. Of course, they still have vegetation that is down, lines that are down, but they're working on them. For those of you over in Little Cayman, Mr. Tibbetts advises that they have a number of electrical poles that are down in Little Cayman. They are currently assessing the situation over there as well. They will also be having crews coming from Grand Cayman. So you see line crews coming from Grand Cayman over to Little Cayman to assist them. They should arrive there sometime around noon or afternoon today as well. So again, I will repeat, and you will hear more of this on Radio Cayman's news at 8 o'clock as well. Cayman Brac, 4 out of 6 feeders have been energized. The rest are being worked on and should be energized before 12 noon. For Little Cayman, they are assessing the situation. They have a number of electrical poles that are down. CUC crews should be arriving to assist them sometime around or after noon today as well. And we want to commend the management of Island Energy for the stellar work that they're doing to ensure that Brackers and those in Little Cayman as well, those those in the sister islands are being taken care of, and to restore service as soon as possible. That's the way that we do things here in the Cayman Islands as well. You know, many capable, able and willing people, and we want to commend Mr. Tibbetts and his staff as well. Folks, with that, we're going to take our first commercial break. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Some military action took place off the sea during World War II. On land, very little military action took place despite the installation of the U.S. Naval Base in Georgetown. Although they did have regular rounds of duties, the Americans had opportunities to interact with locals when not on duty. Informal parties were held at Petra Plantation, Hislop's Ice Cream Parlor, or the Tea Shop run by Madeline and Myrtle Ebanks. Reverend George Hicks, a Presbyterian minister, was appointed honorary chaplain. As would be, romance blossomed, as well as including the marriage of Lillian Bodden, daughter of Captain Rail and Chief Warrant Officer Jack Howard. However, tensions did occasionally rise, especially if the young Caymanian women were overly friendly to the Americans. On several occasions, fights between the Caymanian men and American military would break out near the town hall, with the most serious incident taking place in December 1943 when 40 of the Caymanian men were home on leave.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
The Rotary Central Music Extravaganza tickets are here. Get your tickets now and win that $40,000 grand prize, $4,000 second prize, and 6 $1,000 prizes. Tickets are only $25. Get your tickets now from any Rotary Central member, Rotary Central ticket seller, eventpro.ky, and 916-7310. Rotarian Annie Rose Scott, the Sister Islands. You may be that lucky winner. Rotary Central, supporting more than 28 projects important to our community. The 29th Annual Rotary Central Music Extravaganza, Saturday, November 30th. Salt is Harbor Grill, Red Bay, the magic of Rotary, through Rotary Central.
Fall into savings at Brand Source Home Gallery with their 54th anniversary sale. Enjoy store-wide savings on brands like Monogram, Cafe, Fisher & Paykel, Samsung, LG, GE, Beko, Uline, Foster, Thor, Elica, and more. Get from 15% up to 40% off on premium appliances. Transform your bathroom with savings on Duravit, Toto, Moen, Palazzani, Badenhaus, and more. And don't miss out on 20% off cabinets and custom closets just in time for the holidays. Come celebrate the 54th anniversary with a store-wide sale at Brand Source Home Gallery. Now through November 16th. Located on Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park. Or call 623-5000 for details.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers, a compounding story.
I don't think people realize how pain creeps into your life. It has a way of robbing your strength. I really don't like taking prescription medication orally.
West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. They understand.
When it comes to compounded medication, it's personal. So whenever there's a problem with some medication or treatments that's not working right, then a physician will call me and say, hey, they're having bad side effects from this medication.
Compounding pain cream changed the game. Made special for me. Significant pain relief in the form of a cream. That is a new experience for me.
It's changed his life.
It worked.
Ask your pharmacist or healthcare provider about compounding at West Bay Pharmacy in Centennial Towers. Call 914-6449.
You deserve a unique vacation this year, one with easy non-stop flights from Cayman. Cayman Airways offers more non-stop flights to and from the Cayman Islands than any other airline. Now you can add Panama and Los Angeles to your travel bucket list. Skip the hassle of connecting flights. Panama is just a 2-hour non-stop flight from Cayman. And Los Angeles? Get there in less than 5 hours non-stop aboard Cayman Airways. Call 949-2311 or visit CaymanAirways.com to book your Los Angeles or Panama getaway today.
When it comes to weekly meal prep, I trust Kirk Market to provide the best value for quality proteins. The butchers at Kirk Market are super helpful. They always slice my steaks perfectly. Kirk Market has everything I need for healthy and flavorful protein-packed meals. From lean cuts of CAB choice beef, tender CAB prime beef, the juiciest pork, and all-natural hormone-free poultry, to their seafood section with everything from fresh local snapper to omega-3 rich salmon. I choose Kirk Market for the highest quality proteins to support my healthy lifestyle. Kirk Market. Eat well, live well, and discover a world of choice.
What's that? No sugar, same amazing taste? Coca-Cola Zero Sugar is here to stay. Classic taste, pure satisfaction. Be sure to stop into any Tortuga location and get your own case of Coke Zero. Or grab an ice cold one straight from the cooler. Brought to you by Tortuga Distributors Limited. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling, Cayman.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. No guests in the studio yet, but we will have Ms. Danielle Coleman and Mr. John Tibbetts in the studio after the 8 o'clock news. I've had the opportunity to speak with a few people over in the BRAC this morning as well, Mr. Albert Christian, and it is good to know that his bottler suckers are still up, as well, but he has shared with me that he has lost several trees as well. And those of you, again, who were listening yesterday evening, last night, he spoke about the loss of his breadfruit, tree as well. But we're going to link up with Mr. Christian sometime during the course of the show as well. We recognize and respect that the focus for people over in the BRAC and Little Cayman now is really assessing the damage and no doubt, working on cleaning up as well. So we don't want to distract them too much, but at the same time, if there is information that we can share, then we want to do that, as well. And I'm sure that the Premier being over there and the representatives and everything, it is also interesting, or would be important to know what the needs are in the BRAC, because here in Grand Cayman, we have to do as much as we possibly can to ensure that they get what they need, and they get it like yesterday, so that they can get back to normal as early as possible. We know that people complain, I shouldn't use the word complain, people talk about the high prices over in the BRAC, and of course because of transportation costs and everything else. So we want to ensure that they're not put in a situation where they have to endure, some of these, uncomfortable situations. I'm saying that mildly, as far as prices are concerned. We have about 4 minutes to go, and we have 2 callers. We're going to try to accommodate both of them before we go to our 8 o'clock news. First caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, boy, it's kind of rough, but I already, now, OC. Hello?
Yes, we're hearing you.
I say you remember from Hurricane Beryl that I've been calling in by the farmers, right? Because I lost $1,000 worth of fruit in Beryl. Now, this morning I went up there and I got $1,000 worth of stuff, bananas, plantain, pears, because I got lit crop pears thing. I wonder if they going to do something to help the farmers this time. It don't look for them. Look here. When I went to look at my place yesterday evening, and I mean, Christmas coming up now, and I had so much planting that would it be ready, but now they really no good. And when they got to give them to the cow farmers, they try to see what they can get out of it. But I hope somebody listening and try to help the farmers up here this time, brother.
So the produce that you have, it's not ready yet for harvesting, wasn't ready yet for harvesting, so not good for consumption, because I'm thinking in terms of how much you could get over to Grand Cayman, whether or not special arrangements could be made to get stuff over here, because I'm sure that the consumers here could use it.
No, see, that's the part. I mean, some of the suckers would just shooting.
Wow.
Some would just get ready to shoot, and some shot about a couple of weeks before. I mean, I had some beautiful bunch of the plantain for bananas, and because I just got a breed of bananas from the agriculture department last year, and I got about 10 seconds that just had out 8 and 9 and bunches, but like I said, they're only a couple of weeks old,
Yeah.
Just,
well, knowing your representatives, I'm sure that they're going to look out, for farmers in the BRAC. What I would, if I were a farmer in the BRAC, what I would do, I would take photographs. I would do, a financial assessment in terms of what your losses are, so that you can have that to present and say, here's how it has affected me financially. That would be my advice.
I don't see. I got pictures from Beryl. I done it from the first hurricane.
Well,
do the template.
Do it again, and if you don't get any results, let us know here, and we will continue to hammer it home. But knowing the Premier, knowing your representative over there, I don't believe that they're going to leave you hanging.
Well, let me tell you something. I got ended up on a nice note, because it's what it is. It's what it is. I say, when you plant on the plant, you got plant. What people say, you got plant for the teeth, because you have teeth a little bit. And then the hurricane comes, and he wipe it out. And if you plant ganja, the police come and they carry that. So, like, as a farmer, it easy, but I love it, and I'm not going to give up on it.
Okay. I want to apologize for the next caller that we have on hold, because you're ready to go to the news, right, Ms. Susan? Is the news ready? Yes, so we're going to encourage that caller to call back after the 8 o'clock news. We will have guests in the studio, but they will be here for a limited amount of time because we really do want to hear from you. We apologize because we didn't have a whole lot of time as well. Folks, top of the hour, 8 o'clock news for the record will return immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. And studio time now by Foster's is... Studio time now by Foster's is 8 o'clock.
Together, we make a difference. Due to stigma, many men silently endure the physical and mental issues of prostate cancer. This persists when society turns a blind eye to the well-being of our brothers, fathers, and sons. This month, Foster's and Priced Right, alongside the Cayman Islands Cancer Society, is shining a spotlight on an issue that doesn't need to hide in the dark. Donate today at any Foster's or Priced Right simply by rounding up your purchase or donating. Together, the CICS can provide support, initiatives, and give everyone suffering from this disease a chance at healing.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm April Cummings.
Our thoughts and prayers are with our brothers and sisters in the sister islands, especially Little Cayman, which suffered the brunt of Hurricane Raphael overnight. At the same time, we thank the Lord that although there is damage, there's been no reported loss of life.
Deputy Governor and Chair of the National Hazard Management Council, the Honorable France Manderson. In the wake of Hurricane Raphael, officials are working to assess and manage the aftermath. Director of Hazard Management Cayman Islands, Danny Coleman.
It's been quite a long night in the NEAC, the National Emergency Operations Centre. Again, it's been fairly quiet, despite obviously long hours, but fairly quiet given that we haven't had too many issues throughout the night. We've been working with our shelter teams, and we have had quite a good uptake in the shelters across all 3 islands.
The HMCI director says assessment teams are already in the ground in Grand Cayman and the sister islands, with more to come.
We've got reports of some down power lines and, of course, some debris on the roads, but nothing critical.
A multi-agency flight is in the works for today, and additional resources will be deployed as needed. Communications infrastructure is also being assessed, and efforts underway to support utility restoration where needed. Radio Cayman has learned that 4 of 6 feeders for the power company are up and running, and an additional 2 are expected to be online by midday. That's in the BRAC. Little Cayman has a number of downed utility poles, so assessment there is still underway, but there are plans for Caribbean Utilities crews to fly in sometime today to assist. The all-clear has not yet been issued for the sister islands. It has, however, been issued for Grand Cayman as of 4 this morning.
We expect the outer bands of the hurricane to continue to bring intermittent bad weather. And while first responders and assessment teams go around Little Cayman and Cayman Brac this morning, government offices there will remain closed. This is to prioritize everyone's safety.
The Deputy Governor says government offices on Grand Cayman are expected to open as normal this morning. Government schools do remain closed on all 3 islands. Water Authority Cayman says that its offices on Grand Cayman are reopening today. The Cayman BRAC operations and customer service, though, will remain closed so that they can carry out damage assessments and make any necessary repairs. As to the airports, well, as reported last night, the Cayman Islands Airports Authority, which operates Owen Roberts on Grand Cayman and Charles Kirkconnell International Airport on Cayman BRAC, says that airport operations will resume today. Orrett is supposed to open at 9 a.m. and Charles Kirkconnell at noon. That's your latest at this hour. I'm April Cummings. Now to the BBC for stories making headlines around the world.
BBC News with Moira Alderson. Donald Trump is returning to the White House for a second term. Victories in Alaska and Wisconsin gave him the majority he needs in the Electoral College. He also won the popular vote. Mr. Trump has said he now has an unprecedented mandate and that he would lead America to what he called a new golden age. His Republican Party is projected to take control of the Senate. It's also gained seats in the House of Representatives, although the final results aren't clear yet. Controlling both houses would give Mr. Trump a chance to enact most of his agenda. The Democratic candidate, Kamala Harris, has not yet commented on the results. Right-wing leaders have welcomed Mr. Trump's projected victory. The Israeli Prime Minister described it as a new beginning. But there's been a more cautious reaction from others. President Zelensky said he hoped Mr. Trump would work to bring a just peace for Ukraine. Moscow said it had no plans to congratulate Mr. Trump. There's been a positive reaction to Mr. Trump's re-election on the financial markets because of his promise to cut taxes for big businesses. But there are fears that the tariffs he's threatened with could lead to more inflation. In other news, Interpol says hundreds of people have been arrested in its largest ever operation against human trafficking. Some 3,000 potential victims were rescued in more than 100 countries and territories. The United Nations says there's been a marked increase in opium poppy cultivation in Afghanistan. However, production is still lower than before the Taliban takeover of the country. More than 100 patients are due to be moved from Gaza in a rare medical evacuation coordinated by the WHO. Thousands more are awaiting evacuation, but fewer than 300 have been allowed to leave since May. Most of today's evacuees are heading for the United Arab Emirates. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Buttontown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin, or the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Buttontown. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
You deserve a unique vacation this year, one with easy non-stop flights from Cayman. Cayman Airways offers more non-stop flights to and from the Cayman Islands than any other airline. Now you can add Panama and Los Angeles to your travel bucket list. Skip the hassle of connecting flights. Panama is just a 2-hour non-stop flight from Cayman. And Los Angeles? Get there in less than 5 hours non-stop aboard Cayman Airways. Call 949-2311 or visit CaymanAirways.com to book your Los Angeles or Panama getaway today.
Hey, did you register to vote yet? The final registration deadline to vote in the 2025 general elections will be the 1st of January, 2025. Go to elections.ky to download your registration form. Once you've filled it out, take the form and the originals of all your required documents to the elections office. They're located on West Bay Road in Baytown Office Suites. Or you can even email it to them. Register to vote by January 1st, 2025. For more information, visit elections.ky, call 949-8047, or email office@elections.ky. Your vote is your voice. Make it count.
Radio Cayman News.
The 4 of us this morning have tendered our resignation.
The 4 cited a number of concerns as the reason for their departure. The political arm of government appears to remain in a holding pattern.
Progressives said the resignations highlight a, quote, urgent crisis in the Cayman Islands government.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice for today's biggest news.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by CG Britcade, where people come first.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report and the latest on Hurricane Rafael. A hurricane warning remains in effect for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. An all clear has been issued for Grand Cayman as of 4 this morning. Hurricane Raphael continues to strengthen as it moves further north of the Cayman Islands. The latest coordinates of Hurricane Raphael as of 7 this morning. Maximum winds are 100 miles per hour. Minimum central pressure 964 millibars. Located at 21.0 north, 81.6 west. That's 21.0 north, 81.6 west. Is moving northwest at 14 miles per hour. Forecast: a gradual improvement in weather conditions is expected through today. Showers and a few squalls are likely today. Little Cayman and Cayman Brac winds 23 to 29 miles per hour with higher gusts. Waves 6 to 8 feet. Rainfall up to 1.5 inches between today and 8th of November. Grand Cayman winds 17 to 23 miles per hour with gusts and waves 6 to 8 feet. Rainfall up to 1.5 inches between today and the 8th of November. A marine warning remains in effect this morning. All vessels should remain in safe harbor. A small craft warning will be in effect from this afternoon. Once again, the all clear has been issued for Grand Cayman. A hurricane warning remains in effect for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. And the latest coordinates of Hurricane Raphael, located at 21.0 north, 81.6 west, moving northwest at 14 miles per hour. Maximum sustained winds are 100 miles per hour. Minimum central pressure is 964 millibars. And that's the very latest on Hurricane Raphael.
Take some advice from your Aunt Angie. If you want to go scuba diving on your vacation, don't bedazzle your wetsuit. You think you look great, but what you don't realize is that you look like a shiny, scaly fish. And it won't take long for a shark to notice you. Next thing you know, you're busting out every karate move you got. But if you're smart, you'll have CG medical insurance and get airlifted out to the closest hospital.
Get coverage for emergency evacuations. CG Brit-K. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Brit-K, where people come first.
During or after a storm, do not take unnecessary risks like going back into a dangerous area to salvage material possessions or refusing to evacuate. Remember, things can be replaced, but people cannot. Visit the Water Authority's website at www.waterauthority.ky for more hurricane survival tips.
Healthcare Pharmacy, caring about your health for the past 25 years. Radio Cayman's premier health show.
Alzheimer's and dementia, are they the same disorder?
Yeah, I think that's a very important question.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
Is heard on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. and on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Brought to you by Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor, where they care about your health. Transfer and refill your prescription online. Visit healthcarepharmacy.ky or call 947-8900. Healthcare Pharmacy, now with a second location in Governor's Square. Healthcare Pharmacy, where they care about your health.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Did you know ordering your favorite sandwich from Subway just got easier? Yeah, picture this. No more waiting in line. No more fussing with cash. Just a delicious taste of Subway at your fingertips. With our new app, ordering your go-to sub is as easy as a few taps on your phone. Plus, receive exclusive deals and earn loyalty points with every purchase made on the app. Download the new Subway app today and get ready to ditch the lines and drive straight into your flavor. Visit the App Store or Google Play Store on your mobile phone and search for Subway Cayman Islands. Subway. Eat fresh.
Good morning once again. Let's take a look this time at traffic. Remember, some roads are wet, so please drive with extra caution. As we look to the east, free-flowing traffic on Shamrock Road and coming off of Rex Creighton Boulevard. No issues there. On the Linford Pearson Highway, traffic is moving on steadily. And steady traffic on the West Bay Road and for the Ritz heading towards the Georgetown area. heading to the West Bay area. Traffic is moving on moderately. No issues on Owen Roberts Drive, as traffic is light to moderate. And traffic is moving on moderately coming off of the Esterly Tibbetts Highway, Edward Street, moderate flow of traffic. And on Cool Road, little steady traffic heading to Georgetown. Coming off of the Linford Pearson Highway on Agnes Way, traffic is steady but flowing. Off of Bobby Thompson Way, moderate flow of traffic, and continuing on to Huldah Avenue. If you see any accidents or incidents, please give us a call here at Radio Command 949-6990. That's what's happening on your roads. Join us again at about 10 minutes past 12. We'll give you another look at traffic.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Life's best moments are precious. Taking the time to cherish them with those we love is the most important thing in the world. At Cineco, we've got you covered for all these moments, helping you take care of your health, supporting your family's next move, and making sure those you care about are protected on the road. Visit Cineco.ky today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Can you tell me, what does a turtle do on his birthday? He celebrates.
Celebrate your loved one's special birthday with a birthday shout-out live on For the Record with Mr. Orrett Connor, only on Radio Cayman. WhatsApp your loved one's name to 925-3261. That's 925-3261. Radio Cayman's birthday shout-outs live on For the Record with Mr. Orrett Connor every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Brought to you by Coca-Cola. Available across the Cayman Islands. From Tortuga Wholesalers. Accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. And by Superior Auto. They keep your car in tune. Call 949-9570 or 525-9571.
With Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. My pleasure to have in the studio with me now the Director General of the National Weather Service, Mr. John Tibbetts. We expect to have the Director of Hazard Management, Cayman, Ms. Danielle Coleman, in the studio with us too. Mr. Tibbetts, good morning. Did you get any sleep last night?
Passing. So, well, good morning to all. 7 a.m. this morning, Hurricane Raphael, located at about 21 north, 81.6 west. That's it's now being quoted as 90 miles east-southeast of the Isle of Pines. Mm-hmm. So it is a system that is moving away from the Cayman Islands as we speak right now. Looking at the radar images and the satellite images and what have you, the rainfall is associated with the system is still impacting the sister islands. Not so much Grand Cayman, although the whole area is still unstable, so we'll still have some showers here today. Mm-hmm. The motion right now is northwest at about 14 miles per hour. The maximum winds are at about 100 miles per hour.
Okay. Talking from one of our listeners, they say, good morning, I am from the BRAC. Just want to know if we can go home from the shelter now in the BRAC. Can you talk about that, or that would be something that Danny would talk about in terms of the when the all clear and when those things are likely to happen? I know off air we're talking about the fact that we have to treat each island separately because they have been impacted differently as well.
I will say that the Hazards Management Council has met and decisions have been made and what have you. But it's more appropriate for Danny Coleman and the comms team to let everybody know what's happening and what is being put in place, as it were. Mm-hmm,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Now, your analysis of the weather system itself, we know we heard people calling from the back talking to us, and they could actually hear the Hurricane Hunter, the plane, when it was in the storm. And we had people calling in and saying, well, they're still calling it tropical storm, but it isn't tropical storm winds that I'm feeling over here in the BRAC, and it's not gusting, it is sustained.
Yeah, it is though, and I'll say that it's difficult to estimate wind speeds at that level. All right, we did know that when it was hitting the sister islands, the 7 p.m. bulletin yesterday evening put out a 7 p.m. bulletin, and it said we're having a peak tropical storm, 60 miles per hour. Within a minute or two, I got a message from the Hurricane Center, and it was simple. We are upgrading. We are calling this thing a hurricane. And at about 5 or 10 minutes past 7, they issued a correction to it, naming Rafael to a hurricane status. That being said, as we were looking at the radar images last night and stuff like that, we saw a lot of fascinating things from a meteorological point of view.
Okay.
Things like eye wall replacement cycles and the attempt for the storm to strengthen and what have you. We saw those kind of things.
Okay.
Now, when a hurricane or a tropical storm is doing a strengthening process, necessarily that it becomes weaker for a short period of time before it can actually upgrade to the next level, as it were.
Okay.
So, and we saw what was curious for us basically is that we did not see one eye wall replacement cycle. We saw multiple eye wall replacement cycles. So what was happening with the hurricane is the hurricane was trying to upgrade or trying to intensify. However, you would get an eye wall replacement and it couldn't sustain it, and it couldn't sustain it, and couldn't sustain it, but it kept trying. So I think in the whole process of things, it actually, sometimes it actually limits the strength of the storm until the process is complete. Now it's gone for the west of us, and it's approaching the Isle of Pine and some of those eye wall replacement cycles, and I'm a bit careful about using the word jumps, but increases in strength have occurred. So now you're looking at a 100-mile-per-hour hurricane. So
could it have anything to do with the fact that it was over land at that point in time when those eye wall replacements were taking place?
In the grand scheme of thing, being over the Cayman Islands doesn't exactly qualify as being over land. I'm sorry.
So true.
In meteorology, most of the large weather models that you see out there, and a lot of people, they don't even recognize this, but they will grab weather models and they don't realize that some of those weather models don't even see the Cayman Islands because of the resolution on those models. So it's the nature of the game, as it were.
During the show yesterday, when I was on, Sterling and I, we spoke about the radar and everything. Can you speak to the importance of that radar and how is it has helped you? We know, people get critical sometimes, when it is down, but can you speak to the importance, of it? And if you had a wish list in terms of upgrades, what would you want done to it?
You put me in an interesting position.
You may get what you wanted if you ask.
I will say that when you start to talk about the downtimes of the radar and what we wish for the radar and stuff like that, I think they almost go hand in hand because I think, to be honest with you, years ago when we didn't have a radar, fishermen would make do without the radar information. Individuals planning any kind of activities would make do without the radar. And then they got the radar, and for the better part of 10 years, the radar was doing a real good job. All right? And it was like in the 11th and 12th year now that the radars really started to break down a lot more now, and all of a sudden now you've gotten used to this tool to use it, and now it's breaking down, and now you don't know how to do without it. It's kind of like today now. Can you imagine living life without a cell phone?
Yes, yes.
It'd be a bit of a difficult task right now. I suspect we would be able to do it, but it's just that we've gotten used to a certain tool and what it provides and what have you. In the radio show I've done, I've always harped on what the cabinet office is doing, and I will say that the cabinet office is looking at the entirety of the situation.